Here we are today, folks. It's late December 2016. It's about 20 degrees out here. Got a slight wind, about 3 miles per hour crosswind, 5 mile per hour gusts. What I'm going to do today, or what I want to do today, is test the effect of barrel heating on, number one, the velocity of these bullets, or of these rounds, and secondly, of their impact downrange. So I've set up quite a bunch of instrumentation here. We have our FLIR Model 33 chronograph all set up, set over to the side here, where I can read the velocities on each shot. Got a 100-yard target downrange. I got a camera on it, so I can watch each bullet impact. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to be measuring chamber temperatures, barrel temperatures, and we're going to be using a FLIR 1 system to watch barrel heating. Right now this is an absolutely cold barrel. I ran a few patches down the bore, make sure we're absolutely clean of oils and solvents and all that. And before we get started with the FLIR, I need to talk a little bit about how that system works. It's a thermal system, and one problem with trying to read directly temperatures of a barrel with a FLIR system or a thermal system is that steel has a very, very low emissivity. Couple that with the kind of glossy blued finish on this, it's going to be really difficult to get an accurate reading at all of how the barrel is warming up. But what we can do is we can use an object with high emissivity, such as electrical tape. Now, electrical tape has an emissivity of almost 1, 0.95. We're going to put a patch of electrical tape right here over the chamber. Okay? And what's going to happen is that tape is going to essentially absorb and transmit the temperature of that barrel. I'm going to put another piece of tape near the end of the barrel and wrap that around here. I want to make sure that I have decent contact with the barrel. Just a couple wraps right there. And that should allow us to get some pretty decent readings with the FLIR system. I'm going to fire 5 rounds. This is a .243 Winchester. I'm using what I call my A+ ammo. It's absolutely as consistent and precise ammunition as possible. 5 rounds down range, and I'm going to shoot it within 5 minutes. So let's get started. Let's get going. Looking at spot temperatures here, saying that the outside of this barrel about 20 to 24 degrees. Got a chamber temperature equal to ambient temperatures. I'm getting a reading of 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks like round 1 impacted a little high. Chamber temperature after one round is 30 degrees. After round two, chamber temperature, ambient is still 27. Chamber temperature is 34 degrees. Round three. Grouping very nice, I can see that downrange. Round three is 32.55 feet per second. Starting to increase velocity. We'll check the chamber temperature. Ambient temperatures are about the same. Spot temperatures, I'm hitting this right where we put the tape. I'm getting a spot temperature of about 40 degrees. Doesn't feel very warm to the touch. There's the tape on the end. Notice that difference in emissivity there. We can really read that. We're hitting 52 degrees out here. But reading that cold barrel, it's giving me 46. This is a far more accurate read for us right here. We have a 41 degree chamber temperature now. Nice. Well, that's our 5-shot group. Unfortunately, the remote camera died after shot 3, just before shot 4, actually. And then my FLIR camera, its batteries, died after shot 4, before I could get shot 5. So we didn't capture all the shots impacting on the target, but I was able to watch it pretty closely with that Vortex 6-24 power scope and could see where they're hitting. Shot 1 was right here, right on the edge between the 7 and the 6. Shot 2 almost directly across, right over here. Shot 3 was right here. Shot 4, I recall looking at that one and thinking, boy, I'm making a nice ragged hole out of that. That hit right there. Lastly, shot 5 impacted right there. Now with this sort of group, can we infer that anything is really happening as the barrel is heating up? I'm not so sure. You could probably argue that all of this dispersion of the round impacting is due to human error, little bit of inconsistency in the ammo itself. Now, if the first 3 shots impacted right here, and then this was shot 4 and 5 or something like that, then we might be able to say, okay, as the barrel is heating, it's starting to spread out those rounds. But that's not what happened. This round right over here was round 2, and that was round 5. So there's really no relationship there. Interesting, though, to watch the barrel actually heating. We're getting about 3 to 4 degrees rise in temperature after each round. Of course, that's with ambient temperatures being very low, and so the barrel is actually cooling more rapidly than if we were firing this in the summertime. Well, that's some pretty interesting results. Let's think about it. Even though chamber temperatures were increasing, and that led to an increase in muzzle velocity, the data analysis on that showed that 66% of the difference in muzzle velocity can be attributed to the change in chamber temperature. But even with that change, we really didn't see significant or substantial differences in the impact of those bullets. Now, I was firing at 100 yards, not the longest range, of course, and I fired 5-shot group. So, of course, you're probably thinking, why didn't you continue the experiment for a 10-shot group, or maybe even a 20-shot group? And that might be interesting, but I'm a hunter. I almost never fire more than 1 round, sometimes 2, and certainly have never fired a string of more than 5. Even with my long-range shooting. If I fire a 5-shot group, I'm normally allowing the gun to cool down after that. I don't shoot competitively. So for my purposes, a 5-shot group is about as long, is about as large of a group that I'm going to shoot in a given session. So the take-home message is, yes, the barrel warms up, the chamber heats, velocities, muzzle velocities increase because of that change in temperature, but it really didn't make much of a difference for those 5-shot groups or even the 3-shot groups. In fact, this gun shot fantastically all around, sub-MOA for 5-shot groups, and quarter, actually less than quarter MOA for that best of 3 shot group. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for some more extreme reloading.